Hey there guys, in this video we're going to be going back to the Grace of Lightning and we're going to be doing a clear for those of you that don't have units like Ibarra, Ash, etc. that I used in my first clear. So we're going to be taking an Angeal friend as our breaker as well as our machine buffer. Angeal does have 160 lightning in peril, 89 breaks, as well as an AoE machine killer buff, which is pretty useful. So we're going to be using 2B as our primary damage dealer. We're going to have Dwayne as our just overall clash leader. We're going to be taking Cloud Strife as another damage dealer that falls under the Dwayne leader skill. Abigail for tanking and support, and then Ramu Sakura for the overall thunder and peril and that kind of stuff. So let's get in here and give it a go. This is my first time using Angeal, so it's kind of interesting that I get to try him out. So for this first boss, we're going to use Angeal on turn 1 to machine killer the party, 89 break the boss, and then really whatever for the last action. We're going to use Cloud to set up his LB for next turn, although we're not going to use the big amplify, so just LB set up. We're going to use Dwayne to support chain bolting. We're going to use 2B to do the shifted LB. Sakura will start off with doing Imbue the Party, Big Amplify on 2B, and then we can do Protectica because we're not going to Mirage this turn. And we'll have Abigail cover, Omni cover, and then the last action honestly doesn't really matter a whole lot. We can just shield them because why not? And let's go ahead and deal a little bit of damage with these two. Okay, not bad. Okay, so now we're going to use one of the cooler things with Angeal, and we're going to do a big LB buff, stat buff, etc. with an Entrust on 2B. You need to have Dream. That's a 400 attack buff, an LB fill, and a 300 LB damage buff. So we're going to use her base form LB. Secure will put up the field. We'll do Abigail to LB for the, sword and peril that we didn't do for Dwayne. We'll have Cloud do his LB, and honestly, Dwayne can actually LB himself for even more sword and peril. So we'll go ahead and use Cloud first. His LB's a little slow, so we're going to let that charge up first. And boom, there is the first enemy on 2 turns. Not too bad. Next comes the more irritating guy, because this guy dispels really often, and it is quite annoying. I gotta be completely honest here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to do a little bit of damage on turn 1. So we're gonna go ahead and use Abigail to just SLB for the mitigation. We're not even gonna bother with, the Mirage and all that. Sakura will do Thunderstone. We'll do Elemental Power Lightning on 2B, and then we will, I guess Shelga. Alright, Cloud Strife will once again get his LB ready. Now we're getting dispelled on this turn, which is super irritating, but we'll deal with it. Let's see, so we're not gonna use the killer buff this turn because we're getting dispelled. We're just gonna break and then do some other stuff. Dwayne will, 2B, we'll do the shifted LB for the modifier buff. The modifier buff cannot be dispelled. And then Dwayne will triple bolting. Okay, a little bit of damage on turn 1. This is mostly a setup turn. We didn't really do very many buffs or anything, so yeah, damage pretty terrible that round. But we're getting dispelled, which is the more annoying thing right here. Alright, some damage. Yeah, I didn't do cover, mirage, or anything like that, so definitely painful. But now the dispel is done, so let's go ahead and now do the killer buff, and then honestly, let's do the killer buff, and let's have this unit do protect and shell, which are not enhanced. Oh well. So we'll do this. Let's see. Let's cover for the stat buff. Let's omni cover this turn because we are pretty hurt, and then we can, I guess, Shelga. Alright, let's have Dwayne triple bolting. And let's have 2B triple the machine killer to get ready for next turn. Secure, what are we doing this turn? I guess we can just re-imbue the party, which is obviously important. We can status immunity, and let's protect go. Okay, so Cloud will go. We wait, chain. Hopefully I did it properly. Looks like I did. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so threshold stuff. Now we're going to get stopped here. Now I am not using stop immunity, buff, or anything, but I'm using stop immunity gear on Sakura. And then the Abigail is, of course, naturally stop immune. So here we go with the stop. Okay, so we're stopped. We're going to use the base form LB of Sakura. That's a debuff cure. It gets rid of the stop for us. So there we go. Now we can go ahead and keep dealing some damage. So now we're going to use the big LB buff on 2B, who will go to the base form and do that LB thing. Dwayne can just triple bolting. And Cloud Strife can go to the base form and triple his bolting, which will fill his LB again. And then Abigail on this turn, honestly speaking, we could just LB again. Let's triple bar for Raja, and that'll fill LB for Cloud. We can just do that instead. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so let's do this. Chain this up. And we might even be able to kill this guy here. Oh, so close, but not quite. Okay, hopefully we don't actually lose anyone here because we're not miraging or anything. No, it seems fine. Seems fine. Okay. So let's have... Oh, you know what the problem was? Oh, never mind. Okay, let's go ahead and just heal the party with Abigail because we're kind of done on this fight here. Not much to do here. The boss is already broken, so we can just have 2B go to the shift form and finish off this guy. I'm thinking I probably forgot a buff or something. We probably should have done more damage, but oh well. We can do that, and Cloud can just like triple bolting. Oh, that's not bolting. Honestly, Cloud just won't do anything here. Let's refresh the Ramu field while we're here, and yeah, we'll go ahead and just chain this up. And this will be the end of the boss. Yeah, super easy. Okay, so now the final boss. Now the final boss is going to be slightly annoying. Okay, so we're gonna, I'm not sure how we want to do this. The boss cures his debuffs on, I think, turn 3. So we don't want to use any big breaks or anything. At least not anything involving a cooldown. What are we going to do here? So we definitely need Imbue. I'm going to save the Amplify for the real burst turn later. I guess we can do status immunity and protect. Alright, so we're not going to use your big cooldowns yet. You know we can do the Machine Killer though. So we're going to Machine Killer. Let's do a regular break and a regular Imperil. Cloud Strife. I don't want to use your big burst and stuff yet. Let's do the SLB this turn for the weapon imperils. We'll do this. We'll do this. And we'll bolting. We didn't do LB damage though, so this is going to honestly not be that great on Cloud. What do I want to do here? I mean, we'll do it anyway. It's not going to hurt. But it's not going to help much. That was some garbage damage, but okay. Whatever. So now the boss gets Mighty Guard for a few turns. And we did take some damage here. We are death immune, the whole party, which is great. Alright, so now we're basically just going to be like hanging out and setting up for a while. What are we doing with Dwayne? Let me think. Alright, so we're going to burst on turn 5, which means turn 4. Let's go to the base form here and fill your LB gauge. The damage is irrelevant at this point. So, LB gauge filled. Alright, the boss is dispelling himself this turn, so let's see. Sakura. We're bursting on turn 4. So this turn, we can just fill your LB gauge. And we're bursting on turn 5. So fill your LB gauge here. Abigail can just cover Mirage the party. And Shelga. No, heal. Let's have you imbue the party. So I'm thinking, so if we're going to do a big burst on turn 5, 3, 4, 5, we got to do the amplify on turn 4. Turn 3. So you can just mitigate and guard. Okay. So let's see here. So there's the dispel on the boss. We got to start getting ready now. So we're bursting on turn 5. So Sakura will do imbue. Let's big amplify our 2B for that nice strong burst. And then we will just use burst. So 2B will shift and get ready. Dwayne honestly is good to go at this point, so we can just like do whatever. The SOB is not even important. You just guard. Let's see, the boss did cure the debuffs, so we will break. We're gonna use the big break next turn. So whatever. Cloud can use I'm thinking base form LB. If we base form LB, honestly, we won't have the LB fill to get him back up. So we're going to just do Elemental Lightning this turn, because then we need to do fill. Yeah, we wouldn't have the actions to do it the way I want to do it. All right. And you can cover and just do some breaks. Yeah, whatever. You can see I didn't plan this entirely I didn't really like mark my turns and all. Oh, the boss heals. Awesome. I didn't even realize that. So all that damage we did on turn 1 is completely irrelevant. Alright, so now we're getting ready for the serious bursting. So let's go ahead and do the big break. And then whatever. Dwayne, nothing to do here, so no setup involved. We can SLB this turn, I guess. Let's have you Machine Killer the party, Mirage the party, and we'll fill your LB gauge. Let's have Cloud do Big Amp, Imbue, and nothing personal. Let's have Abigail SLB this turn, and Sakura can do your shifted LB. Okay, and we go for the damage coming up. Let's have some fun. All right. So, we are going to have Dwayne triple... Nope, Dwayne is going to Atonement. 2B is going to base form LB. Cloud's going to shift it LB. What do I want to do before any of this? Nothing really. So, we're going to send Cloud, send Dwayne, send 2B. A lot of damage. Let's have Abigail. This is a meteor turn. So let's have what's that skill called? 2 Sages Fortification on Sakura. That'll fill LB gauge. And let's have you just double fill or triple fill LB gauge. Honestly, it's just triple full LB gauge. And you can just guard. Oh, actually we can... Oh, no. We'll save that. We'll guard. Okay. So, Meteor this turn. And we're going to burst again. The Meteor is obviously extremely weak, so who cares? Okay, so Dwayne can do his LB, which is powered up. We can LB you again. We can LB you again. Just for more damage, we will bigger LB buff 2B. So let's do this. Wait, do this. Do this. And there it is. 6 turns. Okay, so all missions with this party, you know, didn't plan it out specifically well, so we did 2 turns, 4 turns, and 6 turns for a total of 12 turns with a Dwayne leader. So all the party was death immune, and we gave stop immunity to Secura, so she could cure that stop from the second boss. Other than that, mana reduction, some support chaining we barely used, some LB fill. We never used this for the support chaining. So there it is. Mana reduction is the big thing on her. Abigail is passive provoke, death immune, counter. She's just so bulky, she never dies. So there it is. I gave her chaining skills, but again, we never really used it. She was too busy doing all her support stuff. And there's the setup. You know, she's amazing. Cloud Strife is death immune, LB damage versus machines. There it is. A little bit of LB fill, etc. Shift form, it's the same thing. And he gets the leader skill from Dwayne. 2B in both forms is, you know, LB damage versus machines, death immune, there we go, and she, of course, does extreme damage versus machines. Dwayne is our leader, maxed on everything. He's got LB damage versus machines, although we only did the LB a few times, but he is maxed, right? Maxed LB and maxed machine, yep, there it is. And he was our leader is the biggest thing, also a tag trainer. And then Ubonic built me a nice Angeal, death immunity, mana reduction, and technically he geared for damage, but I never actually used him for damage. But he also, Ubonic did not enhance his protect and shell. I'm so disappointed. But it worked out fine. Okay, so there was the clear using just, you know, a mishmash of units, with Angeal as our breaker. So Angeal is a pretty good breaker for the trial because he has Machine Killer, 89 breaks, and 160 Lightning and Pearl. It's pretty nice. And there it is. Like I said, 2B hard carries this. If you have your own Angeal, or if you had, you know, just a different breaker, a double 2B would have obviously been really, really strong here as well. And I could have done that, but this way, in case you know, don't have your own 2B, you can grab a friend 2B instead and have them basically carry the fight, as you see here. And then Cloud Strife, kind of disappointing. Honestly speaking, very disappointing. But there it is. And then Dwayne was just our leader for the most part. Dwayne is not the best trial unit, but his leader skill is good. Well, good, relatively, because it buffs a lot of people. Anyway, there it is. See you in a bit.